The audit committee.
Good evening. We are going to start the regular town board meeting for the town of Forestville. Today's date is August 18th, 2025. The time is 6:38 PM. We are at 7701 County Road H, Sturgeon Bay address. Call to order, please.
Kevin Gillett,
Here.
Lauren Eager,
Here.
David Samuels.
Here.
Dina Schmidt.
Here.
Teresa Clahach here, Larry Huber.
Here.
And Jason Clahach.
Here.
Thank you. Can we do a pledge of allegiance real quick? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Verification of public notice.
Our meeting was posted on our website, on our town board bulletin board, and in the clerk's office.
All right. Agenda presentation. This was sent out ahead of time, so anybody sees anything that we want to correct? If not, I'll look for a motion to accept it.
Move to accept the agenda as written.
And I'll second.
I have a motion by David to accept the agenda as presented and a second by Lauren. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, that will carry. Approval of minutes from the July 21st, 2025 meeting. Again, those were emailed out ahead of time. I looked, I did not see anything that needed to be adjusted.
Likewise, I did.
That, looks
I
good.
don't see nothing. I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented from last month's meeting.
Agreed. I second that motion.
I have a motion on the table to approve the meeting minutes for July 21st, 2025 from Lauren and a second from David. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Unapproved, say nay. Hearing none, that'll carry. Treasurer's financial report.
In the town checking, we have $1,977.82. The money market, we have $132,439.33. The broadband account, we have $15,650. The CD for the fire department escrow is $142,070.21. The cemetery account is $14,483.65. And the LGIP general is $301,114.79. Park improvements, we have $500 in there. In the WPS escrow account, we have $1,250 left in there. And we do have a bill out there for the rolling the ball field. That did get sent out. I haven't received a check yet.
Is that from the county?
From the Mets.
Yes, the invoices from the county.
Yeah, it's from the county, but we have to, so what we do is. We get the bill from the county gets it, bills us, then we turn around and we bill half to the Mets and the town pays the other half.
That was always the agreement.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. So we want to okay that when we hit the bills to be paid, correct? That you can
Yeah.
authorize that with this group. And then probably the credit card, I'm assuming.
Yes, and the credit card, yep, but we'll do that when you.
Yes. When we get to that part of it. Other than that,
Does
there's
that
nothing
show us
outstanding.
outstanding? Does that show us
Right.
outstanding in here?
On the last page.
The 175.92 is our half of total.
That's the half, yep. Total was $351.83.
If nobody has any questions for the treasurer, I'll make a motion to approve the report.
Second that,
All right, I have a motion from Larry to accept the treasurer's. Lauren, what did I say? I'm sorry.
Don't be touching me.
I have a motion from Lauren to accept the treasurer's report as presented, and a second by David. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Yeah.
Hearing none, that will carry.
Old habits are hard to break.
This,
Well,
All right.
call me Jason.
yeah. You've been called a lot worse, I'm sure.
had to bring it up.
Battery of the voting machine. Yeah, yeah.
All right, public comment. Is there anybody online, Larry?
Only us, there's no one else there. I do have a request. Is it
Yes.
possible if on a monthly basis, Dina could provide one copy of that financial report, so I have it, so I wouldn't have to call all the time for stuff. In other words, your financial summary.
oh, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, is that okay with?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
so you just like a copy what the board has and
Yeah,
go nuts.
it
Yeah.
helps. Because I ended up calling both of you.
Yep.
On some other information for
Sure.
later on. Okay, I just wanted to formalize that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can do that.
Jason, anything?
No, I'm just
Just here visiting?
visiting.
Awesome. All right,
Keeping us in line.
hearing none, we'll move on to the next. Southern Door Fire Department report and updates.
Nice, short, uneventful month,
I like that.
all right? The last meeting was August 13th of 2025, in which the treasurer reported $1,883.93 in checking. $66,884.46 in the money market. $55,186.16 in one of the CDs. And $57,632.25 in this other CD. For a total of liquid assets of $181,586.80. No report was given on the truck loan, but they did bring it up that it's like October of next year, so year and a half
Left paid up in
Left.
advance or
paid
whatever.
up, so. The chief reported 2 fire calls and 6 EMR calls. The first one was a mutual aid in Sturgeon Bay, and they were canceled before leaving the station. That was July 15th. They were both July 15th. And the second one was July 15th also, was 215 Miller Avenue in the village of Forestville for an unattended backyard bonfire. The homeowner was not home and the fire was extinguished. The homeowner had a security camera, and the fire in their fire pit or fire ring or whatever looked on camera, looked huge. Fire department got there and it wasn't, but they put it on. You know, sometimes, you know, the darkness, the
Angle.
light, angle, whatever,
Camera always at 10
Yeah.
pounds.
right?
And 3 feet away.
So they put the fire out, and that was, they gave a little lecture to the homeowner about not leaving a fire unattended. 6 EMR calls since July 9th. Training in August will be RIT, which is, I believe, rapid intervention training with Bug Fire Department. Wisconsin surplus auction was utilized to sell the remaining out of service air packs and the SCBA bottles. I do not have a dollar figure on that. I did not scratch it down. The old brush truck, the Ford 94 Ford that was sitting in front of the fire station, sold recently, online auction, $25,501.
That was what the reserve was, right?
The reserve was 20,
That sounds pretty good, yeah.
so, and the bumper for the new truck that they replaced, they put a new bumper up. So they could put a winch on, the brand new Dodge bumper sold for $6,250. The county board, he reported that the county board passed the resolution, and we have that to talk about, I guess, later on in our meeting here. And the new brush truck 920 was presented to the fire department from the firefighters after the meeting that evening. So we took possession of it. And the firefighters picnic for next year is July 25th, 2026, and the theme will be Christmas in July. Being July 25th, 6 months from,
There you go.
Oh, nice.
right?
Mhm.
Did the numbers come in? How did the?
No, they're not all clear yet. It was mentioned that it was kind of warm. And the crowd wasn't as great at first. The first part of the picnic and parade. I thought later on it was better, but the numbers will
Yeah.
tell after all the bills are paid. So. In our section of all other matters, we had Aaron Leclerc from the Door County. He's the Door County Emergency Services Director. He came in and he explained how they got to this resolution.
Which I think will kind of hit
Which
here
will-
because it's all part of the fire department.
Right.
and Whatever.
Right, so he did come in, early budget numbers, we went over early budget numbers, and I do have them. Here. We can print them off and pass them around. if we-
Yeah,
if you're
down
wrong.
20,000, that is awesome.
Right? So those were based off the preliminary numbers, and the official numbers came out, and they did not change. The tax levies, that did not change off the preliminary, so we are pretty close. The only thing we're gonna meet with the accountant on the 27th. To go over where she's putting some of the invoices in the correct categories. I think we got a question on the depreciation. See, the depreciation. 2 years ago was 16,000, last year was 94,000. So we're having a meeting to see that the correct. The correct bills are getting put in the correct categories. The number is gonna be the same. The final numbers are gonna be the same, but we're just meeting with
Right,
her,
where the depreciation is gonna fall.
right? So,
Interesting.
and that's it for that.
And then from how I understood the radio episode here is whatever we talked about in
The other townships.
that is not even remotely close to what
No,
actually took place.
no,
Which is great
the original cost was estimated to be
Was
15,000 a
per
year,
year.
per year.
Was
Yeah.
that a did somebody mishear
No,
something? or
no,
was
no, that was 100% what it was.
So they did it about face.
But they gave the county board, what, 3 or 4 options? And they chose option 1. And now what it is they are buying the radio, okay? They're purchasing it
Right.
on their budget.
Right, that's the issue.
If we want to replace the radio because we broke it, that's on us. If we wanna add firefighters and we need a radio, that's on us. You wanna add a desk radio other than what we had initially told them, that's on us.
Right,
And then you pay a biannual every 2 years. Maintenance fee, upgrade fee of like $900 for us. Every township's a little bit different, but based off of the number of radios you got,
it'd be 942 for the fire department,
for our fire department, correct?
yeah.
Correct,
Far cry from 15,000 and
every
40,
year, correct.
right?
Correct. So they still don't have the towers, they still don't have whatever, but they purchased this stuff. As far as the radios and equipment goes, and they will deal with it. So to me, that every 2 years would be no different than QuickBooks or HeyGov or whatever, you're updating my annual fee, which, okay,
It's very
that's
doable.
understandable. I think that's what we wanted from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Every township.
Right.
Well, yeah.
So I'm pretty grateful with how that all turned out, and I'm sure everybody else is
Oh.
based off of every fire department, because there is no way we could add 15,000 to our budget. I mean, Bug was looking at, I mean, some of these were crazy.
45,000,
Yeah,
44, 45,000.
yes, every year.
adding adding 1/4 to their budget.
Right,
Their budget's about 200,000 a year. They
Yeah.
would be at 245.
For nothing. I'm thinking, well, what were you gonna do with all that money?
I just didn't know if that was a miscommunication that, or there were other options, and that was an option.
There were different options,
Okay, but and that's the only,
and this is,
yeah, that one was
Honestly, I'm sure
not sustainable.
with all the townships doing what we did, right, and everybody up in arms about it, the board probably looked at it and said, so this is not gonna fare well. So thank God that they actually listened, so, because sometimes it doesn't happen that way. So that's what we have on that. Anything else for the fire department?
none of,
All right, thank you. Maplewood Sanitary District, do we have any report
we just have their,
or monthly?
monthly notes from their meeting.
It doesn't really look like anything, here's just your normal.
Chris might be pulling in right now.
For sample.
Yeah, he usually comes and gives us an update of what's going on with the sanitary
There's
and,
been some survey work.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Last time was a big.
last month, yeah, so they signed the agreement with Forestville.
Yeah.
If you caught that on the last thing, and so they're moving forward, so they're thinking next year they're gonna giddy up. Let's go.
Well, it said in the agreement, some, construction beginning in January and done by January of 26.
Yeah.
So,
Which is okay.
yeah,
I guess, but they don't know where the dollars are gonna come for township or whoever has to, you know,
They raised rate.
well, they raise rates, yes, but still have the other part of it. There, hey,
Chris.
Good.
It's good timing.
Chris, you're right on the money.
Yeah.
So is there anything you'd like to say before we? close your program?
Still waiting on the DNR. We had a conference call with them today about, regionalization and just a few more questions that they had wanted answered and everything, so hopefully by the end of this week, we'll have our facility plan approved. If not, they'll be in an email from me again, so.
Awesome.
That's where that sits at so far, so.
So we're moving forward and hopefully next year,
Yep, hopefully next year we'll be digging in the ground, so.
our stuff is moving south.
Moving south. Yeah, they started doing some of the survey work for checking the depths of the soil and all that, that's going on right now and everything. There's the stretch of wetlands that they gotta look at yet, so and make sure that there's nothing wrong there with what they plan on doing is directional boring probably right through the wetlands, so then we don't have to worry about nothing like that, so. So we pulled one continuous pipe all the way through that section, so easy enough, so for them, so. So all that's progressing very well, so.
Awesome.
So,
Okay, thank you. Sure. Cemetery report, anything to update there, Larry?
pretty steady.
I hope so.
Nothing new, other than a couple of inquiries for which I've not gotten any response, so
Okay.
it's going along. as best it
But
can.
Do you guys see
Thank
the
you.
big tree limb down? In
The what?
that, which cemetery is that in the highway?
Brockenhouse?
Is that Brockenhouse?
Brock House in the South County.
Oh.
Okay, I don't, maybe it's not even our, yeah,
That's for St. Mary's.
that's for St. Mary's, okay.
Our trees are all alive in our cemetery.
Okay.
As of, we're knocking on wood,
You would
I'm
think
telling you
St.
what.
Mary's would be up there.
You'd think, yeah.
Ours would be crazy.
I just thought that was part of it, but.
No, that's not our cemetery.
Not ours.
Okay,
Okay.
Broadband update, I don't think there's a whole lot, right, Larry? I mean, other than, we're still in
Waiting
limbo.
to see what they're gonna do with these project unit bids.
Yep,
Who bidding, what it's gonna be. I talked with Jessica Hatch, as I reported a couple months ago. We still won't know much until into September, maybe,
yeah.
maybe.
Maybe,
Maybe.
yeah.
well,
Yep.
it's.
You haven't heard anything.
No, I haven't talked to Jessica for about a month now neither, so.
It's all. it
Yeah, you're
continues.
waiting on the Fed side. All right, hey, Gov, how about that? Hey, Gov.
Well, here you go.
So we have a proposal as far as,
Well, that's.
updating contract.
Haygov has, some, we were talking, Jake, Kevin and I were talking about these, underground.
For public service.
Service for the gas lines. And I've been working with both of, Dina and, Teresa on trying to get that resolved based off the call that you made, Kevin, back early in the month. We're wanting to have some way of reporting it. They have come back to me multiple times on that. And we found a workaround, and Teresa was putting the notation that it was paid from the escrow fund. And you got the monies in a escrow account, and so you're tracking that money offline. They wanted to remove the payment capability from the whole website, and I said, absolutely not.
No, that'd be terrible.
Just from that,
Yeah,
The
so
underground.
now what we do is we have one.
Governments, you can't do that either.
We have one that we have to work on where we entered an incorrect check when I got back
Right.
here. And then, so that has to be resolved. You've got the right check number. I mean, the two of you have been working through that. So as far as HAGOV is concerned, that function continues on. One of the pieces of that goes into the next item, which is this town web proposal. Now, I sent out a preliminary proposal to you
journal entries. So,
yesterday, I think. With, it's multiple pages and got a lot of background information, but I also said in there that it's inaccurate. It doesn't contain the proper
I
amount
didn't see that.
of, the dollar amount. And so, this afternoon, I received this. I think I got enough here for you guys. I don't know. I didn't share this. I don't have any edit.
Good.
This has been a nightmare. This is the pricing page and the breakdown on the front there. This was replaces page 15 that was in
In
the
the online.
proposal. And the proposal that they had originally given to me was for an amount of 44.88. And I kept going back to them saying, no, you don't have all 7 email addresses in there.
There were 5, I think.
And you didn't have some other things I wanted to clarify. You'll see got highlighted on that front page. Total first year fee is gonna be $24.16 to reflect usage from April of 2024 to August of 2026. If we look back a year ago, they tried to bill us. We were using clerk minutes ever since, even before that.
I think February.
Yeah, February.
Yeah.
And their rate is $99 a month.
Mhm.
They were gonna charge us to a credit card when Ruth's credit card was canceled. They couldn't charge it, and they didn't wanna take another credit card. Instead, they had sent us an invoice. And there was an $891 invoice, which we refused because it didn't have actual information of what we were
Didn't say
using,
what it
or
was.
for when we started using it, or when was the grace period over with, because we were doing it on a trial basis. So, make a long story short, that invoice never was paid, nor was there ever a charge made to any of our accounts, and we have been using it ever since. So therefore,
That's it.
what we have is past usage of $1,416 that they are gonna add to what our costs are for this month.
We'll just write that off as trial.
Believe me. In my
Look at how long we
conversation,
haven't.
they're sure gonna charge us
How long we
$1,000
haven't
here.
paid.
Now, that service would be a $1,200 service. And they said to me, well, yeah, we see we didn't do right on the number of emails. But how did you get that $1,000 a year? I says, it's your company. Why don't you talk to the people you work with? It turns out that Atanas has worked with us
Mhm.
and corrected that. I said, okay, fine. So therefore, on the back page, it again reiterates that money of $1,416 will be on the invoice that we will get in January or in September. And it will have us paid up until 2026. So this is gonna be the fee. So there's another page on there that shows what the actual fee is going to be this year. And I'm saying it's proposed total for 2026 because it includes this $4,400 and or $4,920 plus the $1,460. So that comes to $63.36. It takes unused or time we use it.
Right.
Yeah.
Then in going through the rest of the stuff, we also pay for a subscription to our Zoom services. That's listed. We also agreed at a town board meeting to buy those 3 copies of the Office 365, which we have and have been installed on all 3 machines. And we also had Quantum PC services give us that endpoint protection, virus software.
Mhm.
And those were paid at different times, November, March. So they break it out. So if you really look at it, we have, for this year, we will have had 71,60,65 in technology services. And this is a 3-year fixed contract. So what it provides us with is a revised and refreshed website, which is what we had agreed to 3 years ago. When we renew it, we'll go through the design process and get it all refreshed and updated. And then it also includes everything else that's in here. Our support plan, where we can do all kinds of things with that. Teresa can do stuff directly with Town Web to get things taken care of. Or what we've been doing is I've been doing a lot of that work and getting it in place. And those, my costs have been expenses. They're not really reflected on these numbers, but that's this year will be, it'll amount to 71,50,65. Next year will be 57,34,65, as long as these estimates remain the same. I mean, Zoom will
The
raise
services,
prices, yeah,
yeah.
everybody does. And on the back side of that report is the information that I've garnered from Teresa and Dina on what did we actually pay them last year or through this year up until the 15th of August, and it was $3,674. Plus the other things that we had paid for. So we spent a total of $44,6905. And I'm estimating that that's not going to be significantly different for the following 2 years. This year is going to be bigger because we're picking up that undone stuff from last year, and we didn't lock in our prices. So if you got any questions on this thing, it's taking quite a while to get it corrected. We've gotten 3 iterations of this proposal from Town Web. And each time it was another item, wasn't quite right. And why I sent you the whole document was so that if you had any questions on how this worked, you could see what the items are all outlined in their proposal, in their letter to me. So I think in my perspective from what I've been working on, we've been working on this, Jason, I think for 3 years.
Wow.
Trying to get them to, there are multiple companies, all under one ownership, but they're separate entities. And I said to them, the town board doesn't need to see this bill from that one and this bill from that one, and this has clerk minutes and that one doesn't.
Send one.
Right.
That's exactly where we're at. Except for the other outside companies, Zoom and, you know, Microsoft and what we pay over to
Quantum.
Yeah.
Quantum
Yeah.
PC. So in my perspective of this is, we finally made it after multiple years of negotiation and contract. I don't know how, Jason, we've gone through this thing so many times.
Yeah, when we first got it, I mean, even like the clerk minutes is supposed to be a trial period, it was like supposed to be 3 free months of that, and then.
Yeah, right.
And then it changed a little bit after that, and then, like you said, it seems like the contract was always getting reviewed.
12% trial.
And they tried billing us, and one of the things you'll see on the backside of that was that there was a credit in there as well. In final piece, or from, both minutes. So if you take a look on that back page, you'll see there's a Hay-Gov refund of $39.60.
What was
They
there,
tried billing us that last year.
Yeah.
when it was April 2024 till August 2026 for the clerk minutes, was April till August of 25, was that a trial period? That,
We're supposed to be charged for that.
No, that's why
Yeah.
there's an extra $1,460.
Yeah.
so there was no trial, I mean, not
I
for the
think,
26.
what, February, March was the trial, February, March, and the bill of April.
So we're gonna be over our budgeted numbers is what it's gonna
That's
be,
what I'm
because you're
saying.
back paying.
This year,
bills we-
we're gonna go over the budgeted $6,800.
Yeah.
But this gives you the complete picture of what you paid, where it's going, and why it's where it's at. So my recommendation is that, if you want, this requires, submission. And you'll notice on the bottom of this page, they're wanting me to electronically sign that as a technical support specialist. But
So what you're looking to authorize the ones you have highlighted, the 2416 on page 1 for clerk minutes.
well, I want the whole contract. The 4920 plus the 1416.
Correct, and then the part that's highlighted in the back, right, the annual hosting maintenance fee.
I just highlighted it so it would bring it to your attention. I didn't, what they say here on the signature page, the duration of the contract, 3 years, the first year fee of $49.20. However, that highlight shows that there's an additional $14.16. And after that, second year's fee is gonna be $49.20. And then the third year is gonna be $49.20. And it'll include the update to the website and all the rest of the.
So this year is it's over 6,000,
6336.
Yeah.
right, and that's what we're basically authorizing here.
Right, 6336.
And when are they looking for a check, Larry?
They will not invoice us until the 1st of September. And then they will be looking for that to be billed or paid in the month of September. So that's why I wanted to get it before you now. So you understand, and if there's questions about it, is there anything you want to eliminate? I don't think so.
I don't think
I
so,
don't, I
because,
think everybody is pretty used to using it and understands it for the most part, right? And
Well,
And
let
our-
me just ask it, sometimes, the no-cost website homepage refresh every 3 years. And maybe I'm just getting old, but when things change just for the sake of change, because then you can't find the stuff that you need to use. I understand the technology is changing, but the design and everything, will it be changing just to have a different look for the sake of different?
I think that's up to us if we want it
Right,
changed.
propose what they want to propose. That's actually, a no cost
Right,
affair. However,
but it can cost us in frustration of using it.
Well,
Yeah.
and your customers.
Right, and the people that are used to saying, oh, I go here to get that permit, right?
Right.
Now.
Right now, it's fairly easy.
Right,
right,
but if it's upgraded, upgrade.
well, upgrades,
If
quite
it's,
frankly, is confusing because
Right.
some of the things on our website cause a problem. The way in which, Teresa, you post a meeting notice.
Yeah.
Or in the way we put information, depending on how you put that in, it might appear on the front calendar or it might not.
right,
Where when you go to the link for the town itself, under government, there's a calendar there, and they don't
Yeah.
sync, they're not the same. And that was started out as a problem, and it continues to be a problem. So the design of the website limited us into being able to have it automatically populate. If you're posting a meeting,
Mhm,
you wanna just get it out there.
it should go to the calendar.
It should go.
Automatic.
right,
But you also have to properly indicate it when you're putting it in place. I know, Teresa, you've had a problem with that on and off.
yes,
Yeah.
everyone.
But it's things like that within the website itself
Mhm.
that needs to be corrected.
Right,
There's.
is that's part of that no cost update?
Correct.
Okay,
But then we may well want.
but you don't want to look and change the view, because then people know how to use it. It becomes,
Well,
confusing for
right,
those already
but
using
we
it.
also added a thing called the town park for donations, haven't had any action there. and I sent it to Erin, but I haven't heard from her. I don't know where you stand on the park project, or is that something that needs to be worked over and put out? All we did was copy that handout
Right,
she
yep.
made. And it doesn't reference the town to make a donation, it just says send money to Erin, or to this Gmail, whatever account she has, I don't know. So there's things that we might wanna have different added in there, or functions that we might wanna change. There's certain things you can click that real quick link on the right side, and you can get right to the agendas. Or you can go into the town, go to the agenda and go down. People have told me they can't find our agenda. What? It's there, there's 3 or 4 different ways to get to the agendas. So there's some things that need to be refined, and that would fall under the auspices of this refresh.
Okay.
So. That's where I'm at on this.
Okay.
And that's a good question, David, because those are the, people get accustomed to working with
Right.
this stuff.
And then if it changes just for the sake of change, I mean, granted, if it's more functionality, I'm all for it, but
Yeah.
if it's just whistles and bells and a refresh of appearance, that just gets frustrating.
Right. It's more than that.
Right, no, good.
Now, the other thing is, we'd also have a picture that I just tell them, put this picture out there. It's now summer, it'll be now harvest time, let's get the harvest picture up there. Oh, it's snowing, let's get the winter picture up there.
Sure.
You know, but that's stuff that we do,
Yeah.
and we put.
What we paid.
So basically, we're looking for a motion to accept this as presented to us.
Back here.
Well,
And understanding.
the motion probably should be to the effect that you want me to do that.
Yeah.
To go forward with
Down
this,
here.
so it'll generate us a bill for September.
15.
And it'll include that 14-16.
So that, I think we're on the hook for no matter what.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's money already spent, you just never.
That 14-16.
Right.
Hey, listen, that thing should probably be up in the neighborhood of.
Right, no, it seems,
We've had months of use, and it's been improved multiple times. I think being, Teresa, you.
Maybe it was 63.
Oh, yeah.
Improvements in the way.
Even the trainings.
Yes.
in
We've
September.
had the training.
In September, correct.
Yeah, the one thing that Teresa mentioned to me, I was unable to attend the latest training session when we went out there and looked at the training session. What do you, whose website do you think they use?
Use ours.
Just.
There we are.
There's just, there's no way, I'll just know that's the level, something's working. With the hiccup, cause I know
That's
that's
the
the something that there's a normal.
Well, yeah, well, what he's saying is this is your,
They've got
like your budget for the year. We're gonna have to change our budget, this line item.
their number
Cause right now, we're not gonna cover our
Pounds.
budget. We're already over our budget.
Do they have a lot of door county towns?
well, yeah,
That's what I think this is.
they, I haven't gone out there and
Cause
actually.
now it's showing you the
Evaluated
expenses that we've
Door
already.
County towns.
Did I ask you about this is when this happens, the other town can basically talk to each other,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Right.
prior, you know, information, things like that.
That's what's gonna be doing September,
Mhm.
right, not just that.
Well, the 7,000 on this second page, like Quantum PC, it probably, it's gonna be a separate bill already.
Right, they're separate
Right,
bills.
yeah.
Those are separate bills.
Yeah.
I just wanted to provide our background information
Yes.
by providing that.
And he's just estimating those and
Right, because they may change.
so,
Right.
so we're looking for a motion to, grant Larry permission to move forward with this proposal
From Town Web.
down the web.
I'm not looking for any of the other, that was. just
Right, those are
additional
estimates.
information from your. So you were aware of what all goes into this stuff.
All right, I move that Larry, go ahead and get this taken care of with Town Web Design.
And Lauren will second it.
All right, I have a proposal from, David to allow Larry to move, a motion from David to have, Larry move forward with the, proposed contract for the town web. And a second from Lauren, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, that'll carry. Larry, feel free to get after it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Keep after it, more like it.
It's a non-ending job is what it really turns into. But, I think the town's benefiting from this.
Yeah.
When we get these reports, how much comes in over that?
Sure.
A lot now.
It's being
Yeah.
used, yeah.
A lot of people book the town hall online now versus
Mhm.
calling,
And
so
dog,
I would say 80% is the online
Yeah.
bookings.
okay, so that,
Yes.
Not
we get
Um,
more and more play on,
a little bit. I think this year we'll see more.
I do too.
No, I think it's working good. I mean, people are feeling comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Even when they send the permits and whatever, it's like, go to the website if you plan on getting it right away. If you're gonna send it to that mailbox, you're gonna sit here and wait a long time.
And you had one mail-in
Yep,
permit since we put that out there. All the
That's
rest
good.
came over the internet.
yep, so that's all a good thing. Correspondence, do we have anything in the correspondence world?
That this came through, actually.
Road improvement planning, yeah, they send this out yearly. If we're gonna be doing something, they'd like to know in case they wanna update their polls or whatever,
We
but
should probably talk to whatever department that is to get it back to our PO box.
well, they have the
They
PO box.
have, yeah.
The problem is we don't talk to each other. I know you work in this department, and I'm right here, Lauren, but I'll be damned if I tell you.
Right?
Okay, so that is the issue.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I don't know. Yes,
One hand don't talk to the other.
correct. That's really what you got going here. So this is fine. I can
Okay,
take care of that.
There's a fall workshop that I would like to attend.
Okay,
Okay,
Is that September 11th?
yeah, September 11th
And,
for tax bills, levies.
well, there's
Yeah.
a separate clerk
Yeah,
schedule and then there's a separate
Separate.
one for
Yeah.
supervisors. I'm
Yeah,
looking at
so-
that too.
Take your,
so are both of you looking to go? I mean, we
I
can
may.
do that ahead of time.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was just checking that out
Let me know,
earlier.
but I was for sure gonna go,
yeah.
go on the 11th.
Depends on work, but
Yeah.
I think I can get off.
But I need a motion for you guys to approve me to go.
I can't make a motion,
That I can't go.
so I'll
Right to
ask
do
for a
that.
motion.
Yeah.
And I would like to put any board members who'd like to go, if they
Yeah.
find the time in this motion.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That you have the option to do such a thing.
September 11th, I think, a Thursday. Yeah, I move that, we allow, Teresa as clerk and any board members willing to go to the, fall workshop for WTA in Green Bay. Allow for that, their attendance.
Second,
All right, I have a motion from David, for the fall workshops for our clerk and any member of the board who'd like to go, and a second from Lauren. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, that'll carry. All right, any other correspondence? I mean, I had a lot of little things, but they're all dealt with, mostly complaints. A lot of them,
Well, there was, I mean.
A lot of
that-
trees down.
that Dorothy
Yeah.
mentioned,
Yeah.
The invasives and I.
yeah, there's some invasive stuff and you were moving forward, and those weren't complaints, those were just
Yeah,
questions
yeah,
and
no,
stuff,
that,
so,
that seems to be moving ahead. and going.
yeah, awesome,
So,
thank you. And I think that
Yeah,
project
call me.
on Rosewood will be close to done soon.
the piles are gone.
The piles are gone, well, that's
The
90% of the
smoke- The
problem.
smoke is gone.
So there,
Oh,
they
yeah.
cleaned out the, they got permission and the permits to follow through and whatever else, and put the drain lines in and clear the land to do such a thing, but.
Weird line fences.
well, they sent us a letter saying that we were out of compliance. But
said-
we don't run that land anymore.
Oh,
Oh.
So
right.
I'm assuming that all got taken care of, don't
yeah, I
know,
would
but
think so. Yeah. So now the piles are all burnt, I know I stopped there several times, and
They're gone, so
that's
they,
all I care
either
about.
they buried them or they took them away. Don't know,
Amen.
alright, but the driveway has a plastic culvert,
Driveway has a plastic culvert,
and I know we have,
yeah, it's supposed to be metal.
supposed to be metal, and if we let one party can get away with it, you know, what's gonna happen, they'll say, oh, so-and-so's got a plastic culvert.
So. And maybe that's a question for somebody, maybe I even call the highway. Product, which supplies culverts. What is the true difference between a plastic and a metal? Does anybody here know?
One rusts.
Well,
I've got that, but I'm saying strength wise, is there a positive to a negative?
Is there a
Maybe,
load carrying?
maybe we, as a board, we shouldn't care and should get educated a little bit better on one versus the other.
well, I remember that, remember the time they said that the steel culvert, if you had it frozen, that they could actually unfreeze them by locking his, like, almost like a big welder on it.
Sure.
Shocking it.
It's like a copper pipe.
Yeah,
for water.
basically, that's the only, that's why they didn't want the plastic. As far as load bearing, I understand the plastic is just a load bearing to steel. You know, because it's not gonna actually, you know, basically rust away, but,
And then as the benefit, it isn't going to rust.
right,
Mhm.
so.
Cause you know, that is a downfall for some of them, even as I go through here and we get to the roads, you're gonna find culverts we have to replace because they're rusted.
That freeze is an issue though, that.
But we don't ever unthaw a culvert.
No.
That's no.
You know what I'm saying? They're looking at unthawing a culvert, man. A water line, you're hooking up a welder and I mean, this thing is an inch and it's like, okay.
Here's the county has, but, you know.
To me, I think you take a steam hose at that point, cause they have those trucks. with-
Jet it, right.
But I
There's
don't,
there's our road ordinance or whatever. Dictate it be metal.
Right now,
I don't remember 100% what we wrote in there, but that's why I'm asking as a group of members here. I would look at that, and is there opposition or knowledge? Positives and negatives to one versus the other, cause I did have that question now, it's like a third time. And if it's just as strong and you're putting the end on it. I don't, my opinion, I don't know why I would care, right? You're not gonna ever rust. There's benefits to that side of it as well. You've got the same size, everything's the same. But I can call Highway Products, you know, where we have them delivered and half the world does. And ask them the difference between the two, what are their pros and cons on that, and then I can report back and for next meeting, I'll look at what we physically have written in there, and if we have to adjust something, we could then make
You
a
should ask,
good educated decision.
you could ask Vader too, because he's a grass cutter, a lot of grass cutters. They don't mind the plastic one, because if they hit it. it's
Their
not
blading
destroyed.
completely trashed,
Exactly.
right? You shaved a little bit on there.
And I know that was kind of a thing, their pile, the pile was doing that, right, he preferred the plastic.
Yes, it is, but he's from Bailey's Army.
Yeah, well, that was.
well, they still got the aluminum wings on, you know, so.
Yeah,
Well, from the maintenance outside the culvert, but is the culvert lasting, you know, is that gonna need to be replaced? More often?
All things you continue to find every time.
So I mentioned it is.
Yeah.
That one is plastic in that area.
Yeah. Well. Apparently went there too. Some would say. Okay, so that's what I'll do. I'll check on what's there, get a little bit of information, and we can make a good decision for next meeting on that. Correspondence, there should be nothing else. We'll move on to roads and road work. Right away, again, we're gonna table that a little down the line here. Idlewild Road. As this move forward with the DNR and trying to get permits for the culverts. We are gonna run out of time is basically what's happening, so. I think we talked about this last meeting. It is going to be scheduled for next year. And that's where that is gonna end up being, so we'll have to live with what we've got for now.
And it's still looking like the early part of the year.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna bid in winter for the out of the gate start.
Should be one of the first projects.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yep, cause the funding is there, everything is ready to go.
Okay.
They just need to go ahead and accept somebody. Center Road, from North Carnet to County Road S, the replacement and pavement over there. Just got a call today, cause I wanted to make sure the culverts were inspected, if we needed to do something different. We wanna replace them before we put a road in there. The report came back that looks like a brand new culvert, so we must have replaced that culvert not that long ago. So there's no culvert work that needs to be done. I do believe the pulverizer is scheduled for the 2nd. So,
September 2nd.
yes, yeah, so it'll start here very, very soon. That's where we are on that one. Old Krieger. we wanted to go ahead and I'll actually send out my own letter to Thad on that to see if the county board will be interested in taking possession of that in an email. That way.
There was a recommendation from,
That was a recommendation.
Towns
from the county
Association.
association.
Yeah.
Yep,
Carol.
yep.
right,
Is Ricky?
Carol, with you.
No, Ricky.
Just to let you know that they have not fixed that hole in our road yet.
Okay,
Mhm.
it's weird. There's like it's just,
It's like a.
there's a
yeah.
hole and it's just gone. I don't know.
That gravel must have gotten washed out the underlayment or something.
It's like a sinkhole.
Yeah.
There was something like that over, right, but there was something like that over by you guys.
Might be a little bit bigger than just that little hole, cause usually when they take out
Right.
a small hole, what's beneath is much larger.
Right.
fracking over there? No?
There was by the-
No oil came yet, so I'm gonna keep working. So,
Comes from a lot.
the one other part as far as the roads go. We had the state program, if you remember. Maybe it was before this board, but we were required to have the culverts inspected, okay? And I thought I forwarded this to you guys. So we had 2 culverts that they are saying need attention. The 6 to 20 foot structure recommendation, right? So the V15-3, which is this one. They're saying clear brush at the ends. Well, that should be easy enough to do. That one's not a problem. The V15-6, which is this one, recommended a 20-ton posting, so they're asking us to put a weight limit on this one. 6-month inspection intervals, so basically every time we do a road review, we should be inspecting that thing to find out if it got worse than the last time. And basically schedule replacement.
Is that, I mean, the rust on the bottom side, is that what they're?
Every page, this is the entire report, you can see picture to picture to picture to picture, okay? And
Yeah,
what,
no, it's.
and what they're saying, what they're knowing, all right? So I called up the engineering firm and I asked them, I said. Seems funny that the state would shove this down our throat and force us to inspect all these culverts. And then here's what you have, right? And no money to help fix whatever is there. And he says, well, historically, what'll happen is. If they're forcing you guys like they did with these culverts. Now they'll get an idea of what inventory is sitting out here. And what kind of dollars we're estimating in their bean crunchers world.
Mhm.
And somewhere along the line, they'll find you guys some money or do something. So with that thought pattern. I'm gonna just recommend, we can look at posting this. Do our inspections, clean this one up, but kick that can down the road and see if the state can't come up with something as they roll along. To help us out, because if we pay for it ahead of time, you ain't getting any.
Right,
And the last one was 33,000.
Yeah.
So this one is even bigger. So you know, which is funny that Rosewood ain't on here. That one apparently is just a shining star, so here we go. Crazy.
And it's plastic.
No,
that was
no, the big bridge with that little bridge there, yeah.
you're talking the bridge on Rosewood?
Yes, you would have
Over,
thought
over
that,
Stony?
yes. And there's massive amounts of water that go through that,
Oh, really?
that's a real,
Great.
yes.
Classified.
They fall in that years.
So I don't even, I still think, isn't that a culvert / cement around it type bridge?
No,
Or is that all cement?
that's all cement.
All I know is that thing. Should be updated at some point, but
Gonna be costly.
bridge.
Mhm.
So anyway, that's what I know there. I guess we can look at. You know. For next meeting or something, if you guys all have a time separately to go and kind of see where this thing is and. look at it and then decide if we wanna post that. You know, cause this is recommendation, this isn't a force,
Yeah.
okay? Then we can make a decision on
It's one day.
posting.
It's one by Jason. Kramer's Creek, no Kramer.
Well, there's
no,
two
Kramer-
sides. This
No,
is-
Kramer's is by Maple Road.
Yeah, this is the one where
That's
Maple,
close to
Maple
Creek,
would
but
be.
you
It's
guys. Close.
around the corner, right down the hill
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
Schley's, by
Right.
Schley and, yeah.
Yeah.
Maplewood and
Streets
Kramer's.
down over.
Yeah, there was a little,
That's
Further
another one.
down.
yeah, there was another one, but
There's three of them over there.
yeah. Take a look at that in this one. Look,
This one here, I don't know, do we have somebody who will clean that up, or do we give Bader a call and tell him, hey, go there and clean the end of this thing?
Yeah, I mean, that might be easy enough. Get him if he's needing the ball anywhere.
I'd say Joe, he's got the tools, he's got the equipment on.
Yeah,
I get poison ivy otherwise.
Wild person.
Yeah.
part of Joe's stuff. Well, call this guy, he'll know who to get somebody to spray all that ahead of time.
Well, I got Jason Mills, he sprayed that Japanese knotweed right by you guys.
Right.
There was about a quarter mile from your house, there was this big knot.
Okay, so I'll call Joe Bader then on the V15, the clearing one. Okay, this one. And then this other one, we will stop individually so that we.
Yeah, when do we do road inspection? September, October,
I'd like to do it probably in October-ish.
you know, so we can
Yeah, before it gets too cold. And you
table that till then, on that.
Look at it.
or you're thinking we stop on that inspection day and we just do it all at the same time, we could do it that way too.
That'd be,
Sure.
Sure,
makes sense.
especially.
All right, so
And
this one
again-
here, I'm gonna make a note to call Joe and get done.
And again, with Joe and just the regular mowing things there, you know, I don't know if this is. Bring it up now, but just right away in road work, so
Yes.
just a
now-
schedule of the mowing.
Sure.
You know, I don't know if your area's been mowed either, but it hasn't really been
No.
mowed along Salona, Maplewood.
Are you saying at all this year?
Ditches,
Once
it was mowed once.
Right, everything has been mowed once.
Right.
And then what he's gonna do is come around and he likes to wait toward the end. So there's advantage and disadvantage. So the advantage is the later it is. For winter, by the time the snow comes, it's already short,
Right,
right? So but now the county is zipping around doing all their stuff.
Right,
Well,
right,
by the time we hit winter, now we're back to,
yeah.
right,
you know what I mean? So sometimes it's okay to let that
right.
kick down a little bit.
And there is, some of it is growing into the roadway though, and it's actually getting into the lane. And that the grass.
And what road is that? Cause I'll tell, unless,
Up and down Salona and then around the other corner on, a little bit on Maple, but more on Salona. On both sides of that hill, the 6,000 block, and
Well, we'll look at that,
Let's
road,
take a look.
road inspection day too.
yeah, we can look at that, but the shrub, the shrub is an additional thing, I know that's not the mowing, but.
Right,
Those are
right.
coming in addition to the grass that's starting to grow
You
into.
might
the
have to
road.
look at brush cutting.
Right,
that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. It's a whole separate issue. It's not
Right.
mowing at that point.
Right.
You gotta have them come in and get it done.
so like a tree went down on Maplewood Road,
right,
blocked the whole road, couldn't get through it. So someone came and cleared it, but the tree is still along the side of
Right.
the
I threw
bridge
some
there.
stuff onto the
Yeah.
side. of the
Yeah.
road, but it was-
So
Is that
that's
gonna
the
get-
owner's responsibility at that point,
I don't know.
okay?
So what happens when the cutter comes, the grass cutter
Well,
comes?
that's down on their property where they're cutting.
Either a
mowed
phone
it.
call has to go to the owner of the
Okay, so
property.
it's not actually the ditch.
That's not
itself.
in the ditch, it's
It's
on
right-
a mowed property.
Right
Okay,
by the bridge there,
Right, now I know where you're talking.
by Martha Sperber.
Yeah.
Right there, right across from her house.
So whoever owns it has to get rid of that out of the right of way,
Owns that.
okay?
Well,
If
that's
they
good.
don't do that after notice,
Jerabex, yeah.
Okay.
then you got 30 days. The county's gonna, I'm gonna send somebody to do it. I don't care, county and Joe, somebody, and you'll be billed for it.
Okay.
That's exactly what has to happen. But notice has to take place,
Okay.
preferably a letter of some sort,
Okay,
right? Cause a phone call is he said, she said, whatever,
Mhm.
and I believe at that point it should almost probably be certified. I would think that you can
Yeah.
prove that
right.
I sent you this
If you're going
letter.
to charge, if there's gonna be
Correct.
a charge ultimately, then.
So really what we should have, cause you know this is gonna be an issue with all these ash trees,
Mhm.
is you should have just a boilerplate letter.
Yeah.
And here's your name and the owner, and
Parcel
there's the
number.
address and done.
Yeah.
Then wherever we see them, right, cause we're responsible for the road,
Mhm.
but that's it.
And the right of way.
When did that?
But we don't remove from the right of way. We are responsible to clear the road immediately. And basically put it in the right of way. Get it out of it, get it on his property, I don't care. But then the ditch line within the right of way is their responsibility. Cause it should have not ever been there to begin with. But it is,
So do we send this one out now already?
Yes.
absolutely, we can, 100%, but if you don't make notice, there's nothing you can do about it unless you're gonna pay for it ourselves.
It's only been a week?
We give them 30 days, yeah.
30 days,
Yeah.
from the date of your letter. Okay,
Oh,
Don't they have time right now to clean it up or whatever? So,
how much, so when do you send that letter out and then they
Yeah.
get 30 days?
yeah.
Do you
Correct.
give them a week before you send it out? When does that
Yeah.
letter, what's the
Well, see,
date of when that
even
letter
though it's
comes
on
out?
the tax bill and on the little paperwork and everything, I don't know that, does anybody read that thing? Cause sometimes it really makes me wonder when they call.
No.
Did you read this?
No,
Right?
That, no.
Right, so I'm pretty sure that goes to file 13.
Yeah.
Okay, well then there's reality, here it is.
but what I'm asking is how long do we give them before the letter goes out?
Yeah. So I give them 30 days?
Or do you,
So are you saying, and this
you're
is
saying you get 30 days after the letter goes out, but
correct,
when does the letter go out?
this
Do you-
is what
like-
we're asking
like
a
is-
group of people here.
Yeah, like the day the tree falls down, the letter goes out, or?
'Cause I have no
Yeah.
idea. I've never,
30 days after the tree
experienced
falls
anything
down.
like
And then
this.
then now you're turning into 60 days.
You're
Right,
turning it into 60 at that point.
yes,
okay.
that's what I'm asking.
Which could interfere with
Well, and
ditch
the
cutting.
property that you're talking about in specific, I don't think anybody lives there. On that property, they come and they maintain it and they mow it occasionally, but there's nobody living there, so.
Right, right.
I haven't seen a car there, parked there since that tree came down. I don't know
They
who cut.
they get a tax bill, so somebody's responsible
Right, but
for it.
that's where that day is, you can see them arguing, hey, I got the letter, I haven't been there in 60 days, so I didn't see it come down, so.
Still you.
No, I understand, it's just that that's.
I
gonna
mean,
come up
you
too.
know, the
Yeah.
bottom line is if they're gonna move forward with it, they could always call the clerk, call a
Right.
board member and say, hey. I will take care of this, but I can't get it done in a 60-day period. Can I get a grace period of some sort?
And as
Well, what are you
long as-
looking for? A week, 2 weeks? What are we talking about? And then. I'm sure any normal person, as long as you're gonna do something, could grant them that and just say, I can live with that.
Yeah.
Get it taken care
So did it tell you when the letter's supposed to go?
No.
of. Well, that's what we're kind of talking about.
Did you get the date? Okay, okay, we're on the same
I know
page.
you're asking for is it exactly when the tree goes down,
Yeah.
but sometimes you don't even know the tree is
No,
down, and
you
I
don't
won't,
know
I
until
won't
a
even
week
know
later.
about it for 2 or 3 weeks.
Right,
Okay,
so how do we know when to send the letter out?
With this.
I guess once we're notified,
Yeah.
Once we see the tree, then
No,
the letter goes out?
Just wait a couple weeks and see if they
Wait.
figure it out, you know, yeah.
I called WPS
Yeah.
after we had a power outage just a couple weeks ago, and I
Yeah.
asked the guy, and I was trying to look up just the term that they used, that they couldn't find the cause of the outage. They say it's either an animal on the lines or a tree branch that hits and then falls away, so they
Yeah.
couldn't see it. A patrol something was another weird word, but what I did, I asked them, I said, you know that these ash trees are coming down, and can you preemptively cut some? And he said the cost is just prohibitive, they're not going to do it because, you know, they want to raise the rates and nobody wants to pay for that, so they're just gonna do it when one falls down. But, and he said, Forestville, the township, Forestville, especially from from Algoma up to about H to is just a lot of ash trees, a lot of, that whole area, so.
Mhm.
But he said they won't do any of it preemptively. I said, if you could, and I was just thinking, I asked him, I said, you could get a 2-man crew. Just hire a 2-man crew to just patrol around and take down ash trees. 2 people, gonna save a lot of money. Than the overtime when on a Sunday night when you gotta call people.
Storm
Them,
is gonna.
and a storm when it's hard to, so just hire a 2-man crew for WPS.
here's the problem, and I'm sure you see this all the time.
Yes, they do.
That was my favorite tree, and now that
Yeah.
tree fell down and wrecked this other favorite tree, which was great grandma's best tree. Yeah, and now you should give me $1 million.
Well, but wouldn't you solve that by taking that tree down? Preemptively, so it doesn't fall down haphazardly, you can take it
Now
down.
you're
in
like
the
talking
direction you
common
want.
sense, that ain't never
Oh,
happened.
great.
It doesn't happen that way, it should happen that way.
Do
We're
do we
not-
set it at 2 weeks? send a letter out, that way.
But that.
So you're saying give them a grace period, give them a grace
Yeah.
period of a week or two to get something down, and if nothing has happened, here's the letter for you.
Cause all of a sudden, now we're looking 6
We're
weeks
good.
and then
Yeah.
give
Right.
another two,
Yeah.
and then another 2 weeks to clean up, and then only looking 60 days.
Right. So, I mean, you notice it. We'd almost have to give the clerk a call and say, hey, we noticed the tree, right? So there, the clock is ticking to the 2 week number,
Yeah.
with ish,
Okay,
and then, okay,
Yep, we're good.
have the letter ready to go and. So if you just do some type of boilerplate.
Yep.
Matter of fact, if you pull up my letter, it'll probably even give you the law number. The statute number or whatever, that it backs all of that.
Mhm.
WTA level.
Yeah. I'll go to the
Yes.
Library. Yeah.
That might be another
Okay.
great spot to go already, and the boilerplate is already made.
Call Carol, she'll tell you.
Mhm.
Perfect.
She's a good resource.
Sounds good.
Okay,
A lot.
I think we're done with that part.
Okay.
Payment of bills.
Okay, we are paying check number 17262 to 17273. Everybody reviewed them. Do you have any questions or anything about them?
I do not, other than
And
the
then we're
credit card
paying the
total,
credit card of 655.10.
and you wanted that other bill added to this thing, or the ability to, which was that?
Oh, the Mets. You sent out
Yes.
that invoice. Yep,
yeah,
yeah,
just that the invoice was sent out to the Mets,
yep.
or Maplewood Mets, for the
175.
rolling of the ball fields.
So that's just the invoice going to them,
Yeah,
but
just an invoice.
the bill is in our bills to be paid. Good night, Jason.
Yep.
At 3.
Yeah. Less than an hour. Paper tool.
This was actually June's invoice, would that be
Yeah,
right?
so we paid that.
Oh, it's paid already.
Yeah, it's
to the
paid.
County last month.
Yeah, this one's paid, it just,
So, no, just credit card then.
Yep, just credit card. This is. What?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills, including
So,
the credit card bill and the numbers that we solicited there,
72. 62 to 17273.
right there. Make a motion to pay the bills.
I second.
All right, I have a motion from Lauren to pay the bills as presented, and a second by David, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, hearing none, that will carry. Discussion of items intended for future meetings, is there anything we wanna put on the agenda other than what we talked about here? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to the next. The next town board meeting will be September 15th, 2025 at 6:30 P.M.
That's it.
Yeah, it's the third one, so it's like September 1st is for Monday.
Right?
And
I believe
then,
it's the third Monday, yeah.
yeah, so do you wanna do the 15th or do we wanna move it a week later?
Second.
Yeah,
I'm trying to look at it.
look at your calendar and see.
As of now, I'm fine with either. I
Yeah,
might
me
have to go
too.
to.
How's your calendar looking? Busy. So mine's open, I mean, the 15th or the 22nd for the,
I'm good with the 15th because the 24th is the fire department annual meeting.
okay,
So it's, you know,
wanna keep it then?
just one meeting
Okay,
a week then.
yeah,
I got
okay,
the 10th and I
15th
got
is
the
fine.
okay,
So
Good deal.
that's fine.
10th and the 15th and the 24th, I got meetings.
okay,
So unless anybody, I mean, it's no biggie, but
yeah, the 15th it is,
Okay. The meeting will be
Number 15.
as presented, September 15th, 2025 at 6:30 P.M. Looking for an adjournment.
also move.
I will second.
All right, I have a motion from Lauren to adjourn the meeting and a second from David. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none. Meeting is done.